This is Michael Wilson. We're looking at First Kings 1, Embracing God's Plan, some lessons from King David. So, why is this important? In the scope of biblical narratives, the book of First King unfolds with wisdom, grace, and the divine orchestration of God's plan. The sacred passage that's found in First Kings 1 invites us to delve into the rich tapestry of history, revealing the complexities of human nature, the power of faith, and unfolding divine purposes. This chapter tells us the story of how Solomon, the son of David and Bathsheba, became the king of Israel after his father's death. It's a story of intrigue, conflict, and divine intervention. So David is aging, and one of his sons, Adonijah, decides to lead a rebellion. So the chapter begins by describing David's old age and his inability to keep warm. His servants suggested that he should have a young woman to attend to him and lie in his arms. They found a beautiful woman named Abishag from Shunem and brought her to the king. However, the text says that David did not know her sexually. Meanwhile, Adonijah, another son of David by Haggith, decided to make himself king without his father's consent. He gathered chariots, horsemen, and 50 men to run before him. He also had the support of Joab, the commander of the army, and Abiathar, one of the priests. However, he did not invite Nathan, the prophet, Zadok, another priest, Benaniah, a loyal warrior, or Solomon and his supporters. So Adonijah made a feast near En Rogel and invited all his brothers except Solomon and all the royal officials of Judah. He sacrificed sheep, oxen, and fattened cattle and proclaimed himself king. Now, Nathan and Bathsheba had a plan. Nathan heard about his plot and went to Bathsheba, Solomon's mother. He told her that Adonijah had become king without David's knowledge and that she and her son were in danger. He advised her to go to David and remind him of his promise to make Solomon his successor. He also said that he would come after her and confirm his words. So Bathsheba followed Nathan's plan and went to David's chamber. She bowed before him and said that he had sworn to her by the Lord that Solomon would reign after him and sit in his throne. She then informed him that Adonijah had become king without his permission, and that he invited all the sons of the king except Solomon. She also said that all of Israel was waiting for him to announce who would sit on his throne after him. So David's decree was issued, and that led to Solomon's anointing. When Bathsheba was still speaking, Nathan came in and confirmed what she had said. He asked David if he had authorized Adonijah to be king and if he had invited him to his feast. He also said that all Israel was looking to him for guidance. So David then swore by the Lord that Solomon would be king after him and sit on his throne that very day. So he called Zadok, Nathan, and Benaiah and ordered them to take Solomon on his own mule to Gihon and anoint him there as king over Israel. He also told him to blow the trumpet and say, "Long live King Solomon," and then bring him back to sit on his throne. So Adonijah realized what was happening and decided he needed to try to make things right. It was pretty self-interest on his part. So after Solomon's anointed and he sits on David's throne, all the officials and all the warriors had gone to congratulate him. And so when Adonijah heard this, he was afraid of Solomon and rose from his feast. He went to the altar of the Lord at Gibeon and held on to its horns, a sign of seeking asylum. He said that he would not leave until Solomon swore not to kill him. So Solomon heard about Adonijah's action and said that he would spare him if he proved himself a worthy man. But if he did any evil, he would die. And then he sent Benaiah to bring him down from the altar. Adonijah came before Solomon and bowed down to him, and Solomon told him to go home. So we begin to see the wisdom of Solomon here as he finally takes office as king, even while David was still alive. It's a perfect example of how we can live graciously, thoughtfully, with love and wisdom, but also carefully. And that's some mighty good news, brothers and sisters.